Good afternoon, and welcome to Taylor Nicastro's senior speech. She's joined today by her mother, Trina Nicastro. Father unfortunately could not make it, and her sisters who are joining us virtually. Please give them all a warm welcome. Taylor joined the Augusta Prep community this year in the 12th grade. While here, she has managed football in the fall and is currently managing girls and boys basketball. Off campus, she is a member of and former president of the Roar Club. She participates in Cotillion, where she has won Miss Congeniality. She states her interest as TikTok, design, and football. Interesting subset, but it does lead her to the topic today. So please give Taylor a warm welcome as she shares some history of, thoughts on, and reasons why we present ourselves the way we do.
All of these ideas often overlap, and despite their differences, come together and create the way we think was certain. Created distinct styles that were, and still are, replicated and used as inspiration for shows and movies, as well as normal life. In the 80s, celebrities like Madonna and the boy band New Kids on the Block had created and become staples for 80s trends in fashion. Skirts, patterns, and big hair were some of the biggest trends in the 80s, and in the 90s, the movie Clueless and R&B singer Aaliyah had completely different aesthetics, but both were considered icons, and their styles are still replicated years later. Aaliyah coined the tomboy style, while Clueless coined plaid shirts and collared shirts. 2000's fashion is best represented by celebrities like Paris Hilton and High School Musical star Ashley Tisdale. 2000's fashion was odd, and looking back, the ability celebrities have to make outrageous outfits seem normal is a prime example of how what we see in the media influences our daily lives. And most recently, celebrities like Zendaya and Harry Styles have quickly become some of the most influential people in fashion, with their ability to wear many different styles and make them unique to them. It's clear why they became so influential so quickly. Now, it's easy to only recognize the people we see wearing the clothes, but behind the scenes, a team of designers and stylists work tirelessly to create standout looks that will hopefully be recognized for years to come. People like La Roche, who styles celebrities like Zendaya, Ariana Grande, and many more, or Zarina Ackers, who styles celebrities like Beyonce, and is behind some of her most memorable looks, such as her outfits for her Coachella performance in 2019. There are even people who style professional athletes. Johanna Alba is a stylist for the past 25 years, while maintaining her own clothing line and style for many other athletes. So while it may be easy to just look at the surface and give the people wearing the clothes the praise, take a second and think of the people behind the scenes of creating these styles. Some of the most prominent aesthetics in fashion currently include athleisure, streetwear, cottagecore, with honorable mention to the VSCO Girl aesthetic. Athleisure is mostly tracksuits and leggings paired with some sort of sneaker. Brands like Adidas, Ivy Park, and Nike have become staples in this style. Cottagecore is this trend inspired by the English countryside, made up of flowy, printed dresses. One of the biggest contributors and really helped introduce the world to the cottagecore style. Streetwear. This aesthetic is made up of Crocs, Vans, Birkenstocks, oversized t-shirts, and scrunchies. The term VSCO Girl first appeared in early 20. Fashion trends are ever evolving, and sometimes this makes it hard to find your own style in the midst of so many. Your style evolves with you as you grow up and as you grow as a person. This is one of the many ways it influences our lives. The way a person's style changes is a great indicator of how they may have changed inside and reflected it outwards, or it may not be represented in their clothes at all. It may just be by their personality, which is often shown through clothes, but not always. This change can be anything from their aesthetic at a different time in their life. Some people find it in high school, some in college, some in their career, or some even later on in life. However, people often find that their style cannot be fit into any one trend. Instead, it is a mix of multiple trends perfectly fit together to better represent that person, which may be why it can take so long to find your own style. While doing research into how you can accurately define personal style, I couldn't find a direct quote, which I think is very fitting, since style is so subjective. However, I did find a quote by Nadine Farag, a fashion blogger, which I believe is just as fitting as she said, quote, "At its essence, style is a complicated, endlessly fascinating human capacity. It is our spirit and what we think, our creativity, our individual way of being, and our intention for our clothes. To nurture a meaningful relationship with fashion, our task is to understand style, to hone, to carefully craft it, and make it our own." So with that quote in mind and my own ideas on fashion, I decided to ask the members of prep faculty and students to describe their style in 3 words. I asked people ranging in age and gender to better represent the various types of personal style. When I asked our resident football and track coach, Richard Holland, he responded with affordable, comfortable, and functional. When I asked Coach Ryan Batchelor, he said comfortable, athletic, and lots of black. I then asked everyone's favorite athletic trainer, Emily Stravino, to which she said athletic, casual, and comfortable. I then asked some current students at Prep to do the same. I asked Emery Doss, and he said, quote, unique, extravagant, and one of a kind. I then asked Jack Risch, and he described his style as, quote, I don't care. I then asked fellow seniors William Helfgott, Jessica Dobie, Ashley Johnson, and Jack Sinnix, to which Helfgott responded with 3 different sets of 3, but I won't make you sit through all of those, so here's my favorite set of 3. Do you feel V-Bucks and sitting on the bench? Jessica described her style as comfortable, Libra, and I'm tired. Ashley described her style as e-girl, Minecraft, and no, I'm kidding, don't put that. And Jack said, quote, Lululemon, Lululemon, and Lululemon. So after I asked everyone else to describe their style, I thought about my own and realized it wasn't really an easy question to answer. So I thought about it and asked friends and family to describe my style or me, and this is the result. I was described as easygoing yet sophisticated, which makes sense seeing as I would describe myself as chill, chic, and brown eyeliner. After comparing the answers from my friends and family, one of my theories proved true. This theory being how your personality can show through your appearance and your style. So based on the quotes I gathered, it's easy to see that most people prefer being comfortable, and that style goes beyond clothes. It can be how you feel or just your overall aesthetic. A person's ability to express themselves, whether it be through their clothes or just how they present themselves or by the energy they give off, is one of the many reasons I find style to be so important to how our world goes round. From an early age, fashion was one of my biggest inspirations, and I began using it as a form of expression. While thankfully my style has changed, my love and interest in fashion has not. I still see it as one of the most influential parts of society. So finally, to the class of 2021, I urge you to start figuring out who you want to be and how you want to present yourself in college, because we are all about to get a rare opportunity to not only reinvent ourselves, but to really make who we want to be who we are. Thank you.